All right, now we're doing 8Q, subtract the sum. This is by Aryan Beruzian, and 61% of the people like it. So we're going to complete the function which gets an input number in such that in is greater than or equal to 10 and is less than 10,000. And then we're going to sum all the digits of in, subtract the sum from in, and that's our new in. If the in is in the list below, we're going to return the associated fruit, otherwise return it the task back to 1. So we're going to keep doing it. All right. And then here's the list right here, right there. And it goes all the way to 100. Also, somehow we got to get this list over here, but I'll show you what's going on. So right here as the example, when in is 325, 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 10. 10 minus 325 is 315. 3 plus 1 plus 5 is 9. Subtract that, 306, and that's 9. Subtract that, 297, which equals 18. And then you keep subtracting and and you'll see that there's all these 9s and multiples of 9 show up. That's going to be a thing. So we're going to come over here and just start off with a thing real quick. If you don't know about it, there's this thing called reduce method, which executes a user-supplied reducer callback function on each element of the array in order, passing in the return value from the calculation on the preceding element. The final result of running the reducer across all elements of the array is a single value, and perhaps the easiest to understand case for reduce is to return the sum of all elements. So basically, this is just an easy way to sum all the elements in an array. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to get this in, and we're going to make it into a string so that we can put each one of these digits into its own element in an array, and then use that reduce to change it up. So basically, we're going to make an array literal. We're going to do this, and we're going to put in there. But right now, let's do a console.log on this and test it out. Console.log, just to see what it looks like right now. So right now, test it out. It's just the number in its single array. So to get this split up, first we're going to have to turn this into a string. So we're going to use this string constructor right here, which is used to create a new string object, or when called instead as a function, it performs type conversion to a primitive string, which is more useful, and that's what we're going to use it for. So we're going to wrap this thing in parentheses and put in front of it string. All right, test that out. All right, so now it's string 10 in there. So now to turn this string into an array with both of the digits as elements, we're going to use this spread syntax, which allows an iterable such as an array or string to be expanded in places where 0 or more arguments or elements for array literals are expected. So we just put this ... in front of it, test it out, and now we've got a 1 and a 0, right? So now let's change this to a less easy number. Let's say in equals what's less than 10,000? Let's say 9. This number right there. Now let's test it out. So yeah, now we've got this. Now we've got to add all these together. So we're going to use the reduce method, which we already went over. So we'll say dot reduce. And let me show you the syntax we're going to use. We're going to use this, This arrow function syntax with the reduce. We're going to say whatever dot reduce accumulator and current value as the arguments. And then we're going to have an arrow right here. And then we're going to have the expression to do. And then we're also going to have a comma and an initial value right there. So we're going to say dot reduce like this. And then we're going to have these arguments, the accumulator and the current element, all right? And then we're going to say right here, we're going to say ac plus cur, and then initial value of 0. But the thing is, it's a string right now, right? And so we can't just add, because let's see what it looks like when we do this. So when we add it together, this is just a string right now. It's got the 0 in front of it, and then it's also got this string after it, which isn't cool, right? So what we got to do is we got to turn this current number into a number by using the number constructor, which is just like the string constructor. When called instead as a function, it performs type conversion to a primitive number. So we just wrap this thing up in parentheses, put the word number with capital N in front of it, and then it tests it out. And now it's 26, all those numbers added together. All right, so now we're going to have n be subtract, n is going to subtract that. And now we've got 9, 4, 5, 9. So let's just put that in there. So 5, 9. 5, 9. Let's test that out. There's that. And let's come over here and let's see what the sum of that number is. 27, which is another number that's a multiple of 9, like we said earlier. 9s, 9s, and 9s. So basically, if we come over here, 99, apple. 90, apple. 81, apple. 72, apple. 63, apple. I wonder what 54 is going to be. Apple. So what we got to do for this kata is say return apple. Let's test that out. Oh, look at that. What about, oh, look at that. Let's go, let's do a Control Z all the way to the beginning. Oh, a fruit name like apple. So why don't we get rid of this? Test it out. Oh my goodness. There we go. Attempt it. Submit it. Come on, submit. Let's work. Anyway, so that's one of the trick katas on this. Gets you doing a lot of work. At least you learn a little bit about reduce, maybe. If not, whatever. You'll see it reduce again. Believe me. So here it is, and that's it. That's how this thing goes. Let's go over to mine. Just a ton of us. Best practice, in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.